Aloha, everyone. It's Friday. It's Aloha Friday. Oh yes, we are here, and it is Friday. Thank God, it's Friday. I am home right now, which is even better. I've been waiting to get home for I don't know how long, and sorry, I've got something making sound in the background. And no, it's been a whirlwind of a couple weeks. I mean, those of you who've been around know I had the most amazing week in Vegas with some of the most amazing women in my life. And then my best friend came out and we hung out for a while. Well, thank you very much, Mom. Mom just brought me goodies. Yes, sugar. Yeah, energy. And also, I need the energy right now, trust me. And also, hey, everyone. So thanks for coming. Oh my gosh, I kind of popped in and I was like, okay, let's hit the live. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's tons of people in chat. Oh, I need to reply to them. And I'm like, wait, I can reply to you guys this way. This works just as well this way. So, and hey, thank y'all all for showing up. I mean, wow. And yeah, this is a subject today as we go through this that I try to look at what is a subject I need right now, and that helps you guys. But it's definitely something I need for myself for sure. 1 second, I'm gonna get rid of this so I don't have two things going on at once. So yeah, but first I did want to say hi. There's some amazing, I've been watching people coming in and everything. So Mandy, welcome. I was looking at, you've got a lot of stuff going on right now. And I know, girl, I know what that one feels like. I think all of us have been at those places in our lives where we feel like everything in the world is climbing up on top of us and we don't know which way we want to turn because you're scared any way you turn. It's going to end up either being a dead end or it's going to get worse. So you're like, I'm where I am right now and I'm surviving, but I don't want to just survive. I want to thrive now. So, hey, girl, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with us today. And hopefully we can all talk about some great ways of coping. And because I know a lot of us are having to deal with those issues right now. So Rosalie, my Rosalie, I love you dearly, my friend. And also she has been just, I had so much fun on her channel yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday, yeah. And we just had a blast talking about, kind of dovetail in with this, some different skills on how you can kind of calm your mind, okay, address things, show gratitude, okay, say Robbie was talking about this morning, okay, how are you, what are you thankful for, things like that. All of these things fit in, they really do. I know earlier I saw Mama Jane in here at the beginning. I didn't get to see her comment, but I noticed she was there. And Gulf Coast Mama popped in earlier today. Who else do we have here? My Christola. Hello, Miss Christola. Siren Jag. Hey, you. Lufa girl. Lufa. Oh, and subscribing. And I get to see certain names in other chats. And when I see them here, I get really excited. And sorry, I get a little too excited at times. That's just me, though. Lufa, Rosa, Jet's mom. Hey, last night, Robbie introduced us to a really amazing woman by the name of Iris. She has another channel. And we all just got together and spent time. We were talking, okay, it was talking about God, talking about challenges in our lives and how we can hand them over and things like that. It was just a really, really wonderful night. And a couple of you guys from here were in that chat. And it was wonderful. It was really an amazing, yeah, Jet's mom. It was beautiful. It really was. And thank you, Mom. And so what am I grateful for? I live with my mom. Okay, I moved in with Mom after we lost Dad, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And also, yeah, Jet's mom cried. Yeah, I bet you did. Cried and cried. It was a release. And Amber Ann, thank you, my dear. She's here, of course. Amber Ann let us into her house and let me cuddle with her puppies the whole time I was there and her kids. And oh my gosh, so much fun. I think Am I getting everyone here? If I've missed, nope, Beverly P just walked in. Hello, Beverly P. And oh, Lufa, you missed it. Yeah, no, she's amazing. I will sometime I'll post in my Discord, actually, her information, because if you are Christian or anything, it was a wonderful night. It was a really wonderful evening. And also, yeah, so thank you everyone for showing up today, because I mean, this has been something. Hen just walked in. I got to say that. Hi, Hen. And Mandy was there. Yep, I said, okay. And the trip, gang, was just amazing. And I have not been off island for way too long. And the only issue with being on an island, you can't just jump in your car and drive. Okay, seriously, I used to drive to the other side of the island for work. So there is no such thing as just picking up and going to another state or something like that. The farthest I can drive would be around the whole island, which is maybe about an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe a little longer depending on traffic. So, but yeah, it really was nice getting to the mainland. But all of us kind of came back to life. And as you come back to life, all of us know life hits you full force. Okay, life has a way of just, oh my gosh, when you don't think you can deal with anything else, it throws more at you. And I always do believe, okay, God does not throw so much at me that I can't handle it. I just have to find out ways to handle it. Part of that is listening to him, but part of that is also listening to myself and making things happen, because I can't just, hey, KDK, I can't just sit and keep praying. I've got to actually take action on my own too, because we have that ability. We have that ability to use skills that we're taught and be able to talk to other people and come up with ways of coping with stuff. And I know it's been a stressful week for a lot of people. Okay, whether that be in YouTube world or in family lives. I've heard about family life things. COVID itself has been like the most stressful time in the world. This has not been an easy couple years for anyone. And COVID may have come up, but COVID did not give us that little book telling us how to handle all the stress it's giving us. So that's where we have to come in. So today, I did want to talk about, coping skills for these hard times, whether it be COVID and lockdowns. Okay, we don't know if we're done with lockdowns or not. I hope we are. I'm hoping we are. But you know what? You always got to be open to possibilities in the future. We don't know what the future holds for us. So all you can do is, hey, Arnell, welcome, my dear, welcome. And so we need to have these skills. We need to have kind of like a suitcase of skills ready to go, because each skill is not going to always work. We're always going to have to try different ideas out, because what worked for me yesterday may not work for me tomorrow. And it's up to me to keep coming up with ideas that might work so I can take care of myself. Because I know a lot of you guys out there, you're parents. Okay, I'm not, unless you count my little fluff bunnies that are on the floor. Okay, the puppies and the bird that you kind of, see right there, who wants to be out and is not coming out. And also, but you have to keep trying, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of everyone else. You got to take care of yourself first. So I was trying to look at what are the things that are important for coping. Why is it that for some of us, coping is a little harder than for other people? Because it feels like that to me. Sometimes it feels to me like I don't cope with things as well as other people can cope. I don't know if any of you are. Let us know in chat if you've ever felt that way. I'm hoping someone else has felt that way. And but a lot of times I feel like my coping skills suck compared to other people. And I'm like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And so I start questioning myself. And of course, that leads me down another whole road, of self-questioning myself and stuff like that. So I kind of took a look at what is it that leads to that. And one word was popping up, and that was the word resilience. There are some people out there that just have this ability to bounce back. Okay, they're resilient. And what makes them different? Were they born that way? I don't think so. When I look at it, when I talk with them, and I'm looking at you guys and Mandy, yeah, okay, cool, because Mama for sure feel that way, yeah. I don't think they're born that way. Okay, yeah, it might be easier for them, but I don't think it just comes naturally. I think it's something that we have to learn and build. And in our, yes, Rosaline, domestication. And for those of you who are wondering what I'm joking about with that, it actually goes back to the 4 agreements. And there's a whole series on the 4 agreements. It's actually how I started the channel. We were taught certain things in domestication. And you know what? Resilience is probably part of that. Okay, some of us were taught it, some of us were not. Some of us were taught bits of it, and who knows, different ways of doing things. We're all individuals and come from a different background. So resilience is something that can truly help us bounce back because it's giving us these skills that we're talking about. So resilience itself, okay, I talked about. How does it help us? Okay, it helps us bounce back. It helps us build. You hear that? You got to get a thicker skin. Maybe that's resilience. I'm talking off the top of my head here right now. Maybe that is what resilience does. It helps give you that thicker skin. It can help you do a lot of things. I mean, first, it helps you stay focused. It helps you be flexible, productive. If you're resilient and everything is not attacking you, okay, each time you think about it, you're able to stay focused at work a little bit more because you're not questioning yourself all the time. Okay, if things are happening in your own life, you're resilient, you're more flexible in dealing with all that stuff, and you're able to continue your regular lifestyle. Okay, whether that is dealing with your children, dealing with work, dealing with YouTube, dealing with whatever it be. And so it does help you with that. It also helps you feel less afraid. Okay. A lot of us get very nervous in new experiences. Okay. Or the unknown. The unknown is freaking scary. Okay. It's extremely scary. Yes, Mandy, being stuck in this loop. And a lot of times that loop is actually coming down to the fact that we don't know how to get out of it yet. We need to figure out what it is that's going to help us get out of that loop. And that's why I was saying, you know what worked yesterday for some of us may not work tomorrow. And that's what we need to find out the new things. Oh, no worry, Rosaline. Thank you for thinking of posting that. And if you can't get that, I will try to get that at the same time while I'm talking. But yeah, no, the fear of the unknown is really, it's a rough one for me. And sorry, I'm just copying this real quick for everyone. And here you guys go for the Discord. Voila. And yeah, the fear of the unknown is really rough. And a lot of times for me, that's where my loop starts, is this idea of I don't know what's going to happen if I do try to break out of the loop. So I kind of feel a little better where I am. And but if I'm more resilient and I know I have that way, I'm going to be able to bounce back, then I'm more willing to take that chance. Okay, new experiences. Okay, getting to know new people as an introvert, getting to know new people, not easy. And but if I can go ahead and know, okay, heck, it's going to be fine. Whether these people, whatever they think about me, it's going to be fine. Okay, because I'm fine with it. I'm resilient. I've got this ability, okay, that water is going to just flow right off my back. I'm good. And another thing, resilience, I've noticed with people that it does is people who are resilient can manage strong emotions. Okay, there's a lot more ability that when there's a strong emotion going on or going on around them, whether it's in themselves or other people around them, a resilient person can manage a lot of that, a lot more. They don't, the emotions, yes, there's empathy and stuff like that. And we've talked about empathy. But someone who is resilient is able to handle those emotions that empathy brings on. And they're able to kind of work their way through that without allowing it to totally tear you apart. Welcome, Justice. Thank you so much. And I saw Justice was hanging around in one of the groups yesterday, too, that we were talking about in the live yesterday. So happy to see you join us today. So yeah, that's one, helping us deal with our emotions. And lastly, one other thing I noticed with them is it strengthens their relationships. They communicate amazing under pressure. Someone who is resilient is able to talk when everything is hitting the roof. They're able to talk during all that, and it makes sense, which is scary. Okay, while some of us are out here looking for words like, oh my God, how do I say this? I know what I want in my head, but oh my God, because of the resilient side of us, we're worried about how it's going to come apart. And what if it comes this way? And what if people say this? And what if that? Someone who's resilient has kind of started getting to that point where they're happy with what's happening and they know they'll be able to deal with whatever comes from it. So that's fine. We all know about resilience now. Yay, isn't it? Actually, wait, there are two more things that I forgot. And the first one is actually the most important. And sorry. And that is it builds a self-esteem. Okay, that's, to be honest, the reason why I would want to be more resilient is I want to build my own self-esteem. Okay, I know I'm not the only one here because we've had these talks before about how that feeling of always worrying about what other people are going to say or self-questioning yourself or things like that. I would love to not have to deal with that all the time. Yeah, it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. Yeah, Justice, as you're getting more resilient, yeah, some of those things and please correct me if I'm wrong, okay, because I think I'm becoming a little bit more resilient myself, actually. And the things are there. Those fears are still there, but it's how I'm dealing with those fears that's changing. I always thought they would go away. They don't go away. They just change. It's kind of like if any of you have ever lost a loved one, it never goes away. They're always there. That emotion of losing them is always there, but it doesn't hurt as much over time. Okay, you don't think about them every single moment of the day over time. That's what I'm discovering as I'm becoming more resilient. Things are changing. It's not like, oh, I'm resilient now. I don't got to worry about that. No, it's not what I thought it was. And I think that's why I thought that I was never getting any better, because I was expecting that. Once I realized I didn't have to expect that, then it just started happening slowly. I still got a far way to go, but it is starting to happen. And last, this time I promise last, about the resilient things that I've noticed is that these people know they're going to find a solution sometime. Okay. When you are not as resilient about things and there's a lot more fear, I knew they were going to bark, and there's a lot more fear about, oh gosh, I'm never going to find, this is going to last forever. This fight's going to last forever. I'm going to lose this friendship and they're never going to come back, or all these things continue going on. Someone, once they have that resilience, you start realizing, you know what? There is a solution here. I may not find it right now. That's fine. That's fine. There is a solution, and the solution is going to come in time. Okay, again, for those of you who are Christian in the group or any type of faith at all, I don't care if it's Christian or whatever, actually, you know there are ways you could ask for help in finding solutions and stuff like that. And, but there will be a solution. You just have to be open to it. As you're open to it, it comes over time. So it's great. We know resilience sounds like an awesome thing. Yeah, sign me up. I want some. Yeah, that's it. And but what the heck do I do to actually do it? Okay, how do I actually build resilience? Okay, that's the question of the day. That's the question of the day. and where our coping skills come from. So as we go through that, the first thing that we need to do is realize, you know what? Resilience, not being resilient, is not a flaw in you. Okay, again, a lot of people get this feeling that, oh my gosh, if I can't handle these things, it's something wrong with me. Okay, if I get a lot of anxiety, if I'm very anxious, if I get extremely depressed, it's a flaw in me. No, it's not a freaking flaw in any of us. Okay, it is who we are. They are skills that we are learning over time. We are, as Rosalind just typed in there, it's an ongoing journey. Okay, it's amazing over the years when I thought healing for survivors had an endpoint. And because I was never reaching that endpoint, I felt like I was failing at it and I was never going to heal. No, as I started opening up and just letting it go, and I started realizing it's a journey. There's a path here. And you know what? Like life, there's no, well, yeah, there's an end point in life, but we're not going to go there right now. And also the path has different directions you're going to take. And as you walk that journey, you're going to go down some mountains and you're going to go up some mountains and you're going to turn a left turn and a right turn and all that. But in the end, you're still on that journey. So just because you are not resilient to the level that you want to be right now does not mean it's a flaw in who you are. It just is giving you more abilities. Cristola, sorry, just to let you know real quickly, I don't know if there will be a cantina tonight. There may be a different, I don't know if some people may do something. Rosaline is going to take the night off, and which I think she deserves. She's been working her butt off on all these cantinas, and I love her to death for doing all she has done. So, but keep an eye out in Discord, Cristola. And so practice accept. Okay, so the first thing, as I'm telling you guys this, okay, is that if so many of us see it as a flaw to begin with. So the first thing you really need to do is just practice acceptance. Shit comes into our lives. Things happen in our lives. We need to practice acceptance of that. We can't always be criticizing ourselves or criticizing other people. There's some level of things we don't have control over. And it's important for us to acknowledge that to ourselves and to other people. So first thing you can do in practicing acceptance is focus on what you can control. I mean, there are certain things in life we can't control. Pull out a piece of paper. Okay, when you're done with this, later today, when you have a couple minutes, go into the Discord. I shared the Discord link there. Put together a list of the things that you currently have not been able to control in your life. Okay, that you want control over. Could be anxiety. It could be your kids' grades. It could be, hey, Tammy, how you doing? And also, welcome, my dear. And write those things down. Your kids' grades, okay? Your significant other having to work long hours, okay? Something that happened to you while you were a child or as you got older. Those things that you have not been able to forget and move on from, that you could not control. Now, go through that list. Tell yourself, you know what? I don't have control over this, and it's okay. Tell yourself it's okay. I know it sounds stupid, but the moment you tell yourself something verbally out loud, so go in the bathroom if you need to go into the bathroom so no one can see you. Okay, go in your car for a short drive or whatever, okay? And just tell yourself, it's fine. I don't have control over this. I'm going to focus on what I do have control over. Another idea of something that people don't have control over that probably causes so much anxiety is if any of you guys have had a loved one who was dying. Okay, maybe they had cancer, Alzheimer's, anything like that. It's the most, gosh, it's a feeling of having no control whatsoever. You have no ability to control what's happening. Your own pet. I know a lot of you guys have pets out there. I have pets. When I had to lose my little Wrigley about a year ago, it was the hardest thing in the world for me watching him. I had him on hospice. I told Rosalind this the other day. I actually had him on a pet hospice program. I didn't have control over that. And for some of us who are control freaks, oh, geez, that's hard. And so sitting back and telling yourself, I can't control what's happening right now in their life or my life. What I can control is my ability to be there for them. What I can control is my ability to be there for myself and take time off for myself. So look at what you can control. Okay, your kids' grades. They're the ones who are going to take the damn test, not you. You can't do anything about that. But what you can do is sit down with them and help them with their homework. You can make sure you're there to help answer any questions. So what can you actually control? Focus on what you can control. Next, accept those feelings. I talked about losing someone that you love. Accept the feelings. It hurts. Accept the anxiety. Okay, accept the depression. Accept the fear of the unknown. Because all of those things are what continues us in that loop. Okay, earlier we were talking, in chat about people feeling like they were in this loop that never ends. A lot of times that loop is because we are not accepting what's happening. Okay, when there's fights going on among friends of yours or things like that, you can't control someone else's actions, but you can control the way their actions affect you. So if they are, YouTube world, and if they are fighting with you or sending screenshots or DMs and things are going crazy and all that stuff, you can't control what they're feeling, but you can control the way you react to it. Okay, whether it's doing like Amber mentioned, counting to 90, the candle, all that. There are ways of getting through all of that. Just accept your feelings. Okay, find ways to do that. Whether it be a damn it doll, we know our dear Gulf Coast mama, knows the use of a damn it doll and made sure that Robbie got one, so he had one. Okay, these are ways we can deal with our feelings. So do that. Journal. All these freaking things we can do to help ourselves feel better. And and Mandy, what you're saying is totally, I get what you're saying. Okay. It made you who you are. And that's one of the things here. As a survivor, I think we have so much strength and empathy that, okay, guys, this is going to sound really weird. In a way, I'm almost, this sounds really weird, but you're almost happy at one level because it helps me be able to understand other people and where they're coming from. What happened in the past is in the past. I can't do anything about that now. But it's given me skills, empathy, love, caring, concern for others. Some people may go down the opposite direction of turning things into hate and stuff like that. I've chosen this other direction. And it sounds weird to even say that, but I've made this choice. I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm going to take control over it, and I'm going to not use it for its best. But you know what? If it happened to me, well, fuck it. It happened. I'm going to take it to help maybe someone else who was where I was decades ago. Okay, so kind of went off a little thing there, but yeah, I hope that, it's something I think a lot of us feel like we should be angry and stuff like that. And yeah, anger is part of it. It's part of grief. It's part of grief. But you also have other areas with grief. And maybe that is another video I should do some days the steps of grief and bereavement and all that, because that's not just with losing loved ones. It affects so many parts of our lives. Oh my gosh, which actually does go right into the next thing, grieve your losses. And also, accept your feelings, grieve the losses. You can't help what happened in the past, but you can grieve it. You can say, you know what happened was wrong. I feel for that child or that teenager or that adult or whatever. I remember when I lived on Kauai, I actually went through this step myself, and I had a lei. It was a rose lei with plumerian roses. And I went out, I hiked out to a certain cliffside over down on the South Shore. And it was a place I used to love going, and I could actually safely hike down. And I cut the lei, because you never throw string. For those of you coming to Hawaii, never throw a lei into the water because it hurts the animals. And all the string gets wrapped around their neck. But I cut it and I started pulling off the flowers and throwing them into the water. That was my way to grieve my losses and try to say goodbye. So what can you do? What can you do, whether it's a survivor issue or any of these other things? Because you know what? These hard times, COVID itself, you've got losses that COVID has brought, whether you've lost someone physically due to it or relationships that have changed because you've been in a lockdown setting. Okay, so many different things that have happened during COVID. We have to grieve the losses. Those birthdays, every single one of us had at least one birthday in lockdown. I mean, when that first started, I did not think it would get all the way to January when mine is. It hit my birthday. Some people early in the thing, April birthdays, ended up with 2 of them. Okay, my mom was one of those. She ended up with 2 birthdays in lockdown. Those are things that we have to. And yes, Katie K, rest in peace. And for your auntie. It's important to grieve those things, because if you don't grieve those things, it's very hard to move on because you're stuck in the loss side of things and you're not able to move to the next step. The next step, though, okay, and another way you can help, and not necessarily the next step, just a way you can move on with things, is reach out to others. Okay. This was something that I actually did very early on. Hey, Cherry K girl, how you doing, my dear? And reaching out to others was something that was very, very helpful for me. When I started, I know I did not plan on focusing on survivor issues today whatsoever, because I was more focused on just normal everyday shit. And, but for me, when I started dealing with things, I found Delphi forums way, way back in those days, and they had these amazing forums. And I actually started a whole forum for survivors with one of my good friends that from online, and we were able to all come together, and we found ways to reach out to other people and help each other. So reaching out to others, whether it's a survivor thing, a COVID thing, a fight, okay, a YouTube fight, things like that, having other people does help when you're trying to deal with hard times. So first thing, though, is as you're reaching out to others, you need to prioritize your loved ones, the people in your lives, because you know what? We cannot be there for everyone. Okay. And everyone cannot be there for us as much as we want it to be. People can't, everyone has their own lives. We have our own lives. So prioritize who your loved ones are. Who are the people that you would go to when something happens? Because when you're having a rough time, okay, let's take something a little easier than survivor stuff. Okay, just a normal YouTube blow up, okay? If you go to every single person that you know on your DM list and you start spilling to them about everything that's going on, are you really trying to work on coping skills, or are you just trying to spread out and let everyone know you're having a rough time? It's a fine line. It's really a fine line, because maybe you're doing that because you're trying to find that one person who's actually going to help you. And that is very possible. But it also can become the thing, because the more people you go out to, the more people you may find that are not going to be the best people for you at that time. So if you're going to be reaching out to others to help you, you need to prioritize those people. Who are the ones that you know you can go to who are going to really actually help you? They're not going to be negative back. They're not going to help keep you in that cycle. Okay, they're going to actually help lift you up. Because I've talked to a couple friends here recently, and the one thing a lot of us keep coming back to is the idea that a real friend is someone who lifts their friends up when they need to be lifted up without expectation for return. Yeah, it's nice to get the return. Trust me, I love getting the return. And thank you, Armel. I'm sorry, I think that's an M, Armel. And thank you. And but that's what happens a lot of times is we get into this, we're looking for people to reach out to, and we find out very quickly their way of helping out is not necessarily the way we're looking for. Okay, when in reality, when we're dealing with shit like this, we need someone who's going to lift us up, point out the positive, who are going to help us. Maybe it's straight talk. Maybe you need straight talk at that point. There's nothing wrong with straight talk as long as you're open to it. I myself am someone, I like to get straight talk, but I have to be in the right mood for it too. And I like giving straight talk. Yeah, welcome. Hey, figure that one out. And also, but yeah, so prioritize your loved ones. In the same breath, don't withdraw. The worst thing you can do during these tough times is withdraw into yourself. Any of you who have, and let me know what you think here in chat. Okay, if you have withdrawn in the past, has withdrawn ever made the emotions easier to deal with? I don't know about you. Okay, I know me, the moment I withdraw, all those emotions become 10 times worse. It's weird. They get in my head, and in my head, they get worse and worse. And I get feeling worse and worse. And next thing you know, I'm falling apart. And yeah, we got problems. So don't go into your head. Don't withdraw from your friends, because friends want to be there for you. Again, like I said, real friendship is about being there for people when they need you. And real friends care about you. And real friends would not want you to be on your own dealing with all that. Okay, so don't withdraw. Okay, you don't have to go telling everyone everything. Okay, not withdrawing doesn't mean you have to come out and tell everyone everything in your life. Okay, hell, go back to my survivor shit. Trust me, I don't know if anyone really knows everything about my survivor shit. And yeah, Luf, I get what you're saying. Okay, running is so easy because there's a fear. I think for some people, especially based off of what happens in our lives, there's trust issues that go on. You withdraw because there's a fear about, if I go to other people, are they going to turn on me? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking YouTube again here, but are they going to take screenshots of what I just told them about what happened to me when I was a child? Are they going to abuse what I'm telling them in private? Those are questions that happen no matter what. Even if that person is someone you know and you trust more than anything in the world, there's that fear that just sits at the back of your head and is like, this could happen. This could happen. It's a possibility that could happen. Do I really want to risk it? And also, and Siren, I know the fear becomes hate, and it's hated towards yourself. And the thing is, it's not something that, okay, it's not like you've set this up as an issue for yourself. These are things that were kind of handed off to us. Again, domestication. things happen to us in our lives and how we dealt with things in our lives that are kind of leading us to these decisions now and the fears now. And I think it's important for us all to realize those fears and those things are not things that we caused on ourselves. They're not things we have to be embarrassed about. They're not things we have to be upset and mad at ourselves about. Okay, it is, hey, Sandra, girl, how you doing? And all these things, again, the circle, that cycle. We talked about that a few minutes ago, the cycle. All of these we keep talking about things that get us into our cycle. And Lufa, I think part of the thing also that goes in here is when I talk about not withdrawing, there is one thing I did. This just popped into my mind, actually. We talked about boundaries the other day. There's also a balance between withdrawing and boundaries. Okay. Sometimes in our lives, it's as we are dealing with hard times, okay, and resilience. Let's go back to that whole idea of resilience. Someone who is resilient knows themselves. They know where they are in life. They know what they can handle and what they cannot handle. And they know if they cannot handle it, they don't want to put themselves in a position that's going to make them handle it yet. So just because you're not ready to deal with something right then and there, there's nothing wrong with that. All of us, okay, some people, okay, talk survivor bit again. Some people can deal with what happened within a couple months. Others, it takes their whole life. And there's nothing wrong with either group. They are different and they have different things that they have. So yeah, don't get on yourself for being withdrawn at times, because trust me, I've withdrawn at times. Okay, I've seen in certain discords that I belong on here, people have come on and said, sorry guys, I've been away for a little while because I needed to I've kind of withdrawn on myself and I need to take care of you know what? I could never be more proud of someone than when I see them practicing self-care. Self-care does mean sometimes saying, guys, I got to turn off my phone. Sorry. Self-care could be, hey kids, I need to go take a hot bubble bath. Okay, there is nothing wrong with taking time for yourself. Where the withdrawn bit comes into play is many of us turn our inwardness into something that becomes destructive. Okay, we come into ourselves and we know we have the potential to go out to other people, but we don't want to feel it. And we know we could handle it. We have the resilience already built up for it. And we know we have the people. We have those loved ones willing to do that. And the rest of everything I'm going to talk about. But we just don't do it. So another thing, and boundaries are the best thing in the world. They really are. They're hard as heck. And I need to do more videos on boundaries. So next thing I'm going to say, and this goes with this whole thing I'm talking about, avoid negative people. It's something that you would think is so freaking easy to do. It's not, because sometimes people you think are not negative turn negative, and then you're like, oh God, how do I pull myself back out of this right now? Because they may be having a rough time. It happens. And they can have a rough time. Sandra, exactly. Unplug. Okay, when things get so bad, take that time. Know when you can come back because you've rejuvenated yourself. Okay, when we're talking about a social media world. So try to avoid those people, because those negative people are going to bring you down. Plain and simple. Negative people live off of negativity. Okay, and yes, I've heard people, okay, yeah, negative people are negative because they've been through rough things in their life and shit like that and all that. And yeah, fine. And I agree. I get negative at times. And I went through shit in my life, but you know what? It can't be an excuse. And that's something I'm kind of right now working on in my own life is excuses. Just because I was hurt doesn't give me an excuse to hurt other people. And I have to take responsibility for myself. Okay, taking responsibility for yourself, for me, right now is where I am in my own coping skills, because by taking responsibility, I'm finding myself in a better place to deal with what's going on around me. And so next, expand your social network. So you've avoided your negative people. You're not withdrawing. You're doing all these things. You prioritize loved ones. Expand that social network. There are so much. We have this amazing thing called the internet. It's also a nightmare, but it's amazing. There are so many different support groups out there. There are different groups that deal with different things. I mean, for those of you with children with autism, there are Facebook groups where you can sit and talk and kind of share ideas and stuff like that. Okay, use that to expand your network. Get out there lockdowns are over, even in Hawaii, the last one to really get back to normal. We're still wearing masks, but we're getting there. And get back out there, rebuild your social network, because guess what? This is what I found by joining YouTube. I now have friends that I never in my freaking life thought I would have. I have some amazing friends in real life here. I have some really amazing friends. I consider myself very, very blessed. But by taking the step into YouTube, I have found so many other people. I've been lucky to meet some of them. Others, I hope to God I can meet in the future. But I never would have found them if I had not come here. So yes, there is the fear of what happens when you get into places, especially places when you have drama like we do here. But you know what? If you're building that resilience up, if you're working on these coping skills and stuff, you can deal with the other crap. You can deal with the other crap. And it's figuring out, it's working through the different skills, what's going to work for this group, what's going to work for that group, and moving on from there. So next thing, Gulf Coast Mama, definitely found my tribe here, definitely. And also I was telling my mom that last night. And when she knew the stress that everything was going under, she's like, "Are you sure you really want to be there?" And I'm like, yeah. And the reason why is, yes, there's a lot of hell and there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But I have to say, it's like the song, The Dance. Okay, you know what? If I hadn't had all that negative stuff to have to deal with, I also wouldn't have all this amazing stuff, all these amazing people. It's really, really, it's, sorry, I'll get off on a different, I'll start crying and all that. And I'm not going to start crying right now. So, and next thing for skills is actually what we normally think about, and that's self-care. Okay. All this other thing we've all been talking about, but now we are moving into this area where we all think about self-care, love you, save Robbie, love you tons. And taking care of yourself in the normal way we all think about. Okay, what can you do? These are the things. When I posted that little comment at the top, as everyone came in, write up what you do first. Okay, coping skills. And the first thing most of us think about, hey, Pandora, welcome, my dear. And first thing most people think about are the self-care things. And we don't normally think about withdrawing and all this other stuff first. Okay, so what can you do for self-care? Okay, I've got a couple ideas, and I'm really excited to hear other ideas people have in chat. First thing is, I got to put this one first, whether or not I like it. Get enough exercise. I love that one. Yes, I do. And but no, it's true. We do hear all the time about how exercise does things, like it increases our endorphins. Okay, if you're going outside, no better place in the world for actually grounding yourself, feeling better. I mean, I don't even have to go walking. I could just go outside and just stand in my yard and look up at the sky, whether it's daytime or nighttime. And, oh, thank you, Robbie. And I'll think, Iris, there you are, Iris. I was telling everyone here about you. And actually, Robbie, you might have her address. I wanted to link her channel earlier. We were talking about it earlier because last night was last night was special. Last night was truly special. And I would love other people to be able to go visit her and get something from, because it really, I went to sleep feeling happy last night. I really did. And this morning I woke up and the first thing I saw was Robbie's live, and I felt uplifted again. So no better way to feel uplifted than all this. So I think right now with the exercise, yeah, get outside, exercise. Thank you, Robbie. Okay, exercise, get out with your kids. Okay, it's going to help wear them down so they go to sleep at night. Okay, all these things that we can do. Go to a club. You know, we just talked about expanding our social network. You know what? There are some usually pretty cute guys, gals, whatever you want when you go to the gym. Not that I know, because I haven't been to the gym in so many years, but yeah, we won't go there. And also, it's definitely, exercise will help you. Just get the frustration out. Okay, you have that fight with your teenage kids, and what better way to get that extra energy out than to just go for a walk? Okay, it's going to help you with dealing with all the crap that's coming your way. And another thing, and this is where Miss Rosaline was very helpful in her Discord and all, is use mind-body relaxation techniques. Okay, a lot of us have heard different ones, and Rosaline had some wonderful ideas the other day at Gulf Coast Mama, fight with teenagers and everything. Actually, guys, I have to say, sorry, off subject here. I'm reading Jet's mom. Gulf Coast Mama had the greatest I'm thankful for in the world, that she grounded her teenager, and now she gets to spend time with her teenager. So I told my mom, thank God you hadn't figured that out when I was a kid. And otherwise I would have been home. Well, I was home every weekend. And okay, yeah, we won't go there. And, my adulthood is more of what my teenagers should have been, put it that way. And use these mind-body relaxation techniques, okay? Could be meditation. Okay, could be getting into a hot bubble bath or a shower and relaxing yourself, relaxing your body. A lot of you guys know I stage manage for theater right now. And one of the first things we do in every rehearsal is we have a warm-up. One of those warm-ups is actually a mind-body relaxation technique. We go through our whole body and we relax every single part of our body. And I'll hike, like Lufa said, hike. It's amazing. Get out in God's world. Okay, he made this gorgeous gift for us. Sorry, I'm looking out that way because I'm looking up in the mountains this way. If I look this way, which I can't because I don't have a window right now, I look at the ocean. But the mountains are gorgeous. And so look up in that. Okay, go spend time in all that. Siren Jag, I'm sorry. And I do have to say, I love the face painting, though. I was sharing that with a couple of my gaming buddies the other day. And but yeah, practice. And actually, I'm going to say something here. Siren Jag, your face painting is probably a mind-body relaxation technique. Mind-body relaxation doesn't necessarily have to be always the meditation stuff, things like that. It can actually also be calming yourself down while you're doing something you love. And because when you're doing that, your body's relaxing, your mind's relaxing. When I got stressed the last day or so, I grabbed my diamond painting and I was diamond painting away because it just cleared my mind and allowed me to calm down and kind of refocus and ground myself. So going to church, Iris, exactly. Go to church, turn on some music. Find your music, whether it is a inspirational music setup, whether it's Broadway, whether it's, Doja Cat or whatever. Find something. There are ways you can do all these things. So use these relaxation techniques to help yourself deal with the rough times. Next, and this one is another one that's as bad for me as exercise. Improve your sleep. Yeah. Sleeping might be good, actually. No, seriously, I sleep well, but I just don't go to sleep until about 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, and but no, sleep. We all know when we sleep and sleep well, we wake up and things are clear. Okay, our mind is clear. We feel rejuvenated. Okay, we feel amazing. And so start focusing on how you can improve your sleep. Everyone has different ways. I myself sleep with one of those white noise makers. Okay, you can buy them for your phone or whatever. And I just plug it into my sound system and I grew up military and I would have airplanes flying over depending on the house that I lived in and all that. And so that was one of the things I would do. My dad had us with white noise makers my whole life. Hey, Iris, thank you so much for coming, my dear. I really, really enjoyed your live last night. I felt blessed leaving it. So thank you so much for sharing. And when more than one, when two or more are there in his name, we're all there with him. So you got it, my dear. Thank you so much. And so yeah, go improve that might be an idea for you, a white noise maker. On some people, that's going to be the worst thing in the world for them. They might do better with other things. Meds. Okay, meds are always a weird one, but you know what? For some people, meds, my mom has certain meds that she will take that will help her sleep. And she will know the moment. In fact, it's funny because I'll get a text message saying, I can't get to sleep. And it's like, have you taken your meds? Yeah. And it makes such a difference. And also improve that sleep. Find ways that you can improve your sleep. Okay. Take your phone and put your phone down so you don't see the light popping open all day. Because even when you have do not disturb, sometimes people get through that. And find things that you can do for yourself for sleep. Next, eat well. Okay, we're talking there, Lufa. You're talking about meds and that gaining weight and all that. And you know what? If the meds are helping you and you are gaining weight, you know what? I don't give a shit. Okay, because as long as you're feeling good, that's what I had to come to with my own weight for myself. Okay, not that I don't want to still be skinnier and all that. I had gastric bypass back in 2005, and I'm still lower than I was back then, trust me. And but when you get to the point that you know what, you're happy, that's fine. Focus on your health. Your health is important. And but you know what? I'd rather, me speaking, for me to be on medicines and have to deal with being a little bit chunkier, fluffier, than not and feeling miserable all the time. So it's fine. And yeah, Gulf Coast Mama, never look at your phone in the middle of the night. Not a good thing to do. Okay. Takes a lot of willpower at times, but yeah, don't do it when you wake up in the middle of the night. You will never get back to sleep. And last, just manage your overall stress levels. Okay. Again, something you could go online, do research on. What can you do to deal with your own stress levels? Because if you are truly not stressed out at that time, it's going to make life easier when you're dealing with the rough shit. Okay, because if you are totally worn out to begin with, and you're already down here to start off with, and shit hits the roof, all of a sudden, you can't climb any higher because this is already down there. And yes, fluffier. I love being fluffier. And also, but yeah, so look at stress. How can you focus on stress? A lot of the things we talked about here will help. Okay, so just look at your own stress and what you can do with it. So next thing for dealing with the hard times is look for meaning and purpose. And sorry, this one's turning into a little longer live than I expected, but it's an important one. So I'm hoping it helps a lot of people. So if in your own life you are looking for meaning and purpose, then when these hard times come, you have something else you're living for. So think about COVID. COVID was a rough time for all of us. And if I did not have something that was kind of pushing me forward, then it would have made it even harder. I look at some people who've made YouTube channels over the last year. Okay, that was them looking for meaning and purpose in their lives. What were ways that they could make something and do something to focus on so that the rest of the stuff was minimized? Was not, okay, like I said, about withdrawing, it's the same thing here. By having other things that you can do, it helps. So what are ways that you can look for meaning and purpose? Lots of them. Okay, first, okay, give help to others. Okay, for me personally, this channel, I came to YouTube because I just fell in love with YouTube. I just loved the community. I did not plan on a freaking channel whatsoever. That was the furthest from my mind. But what I started finding out was, as I was here, there were certain things, I'm dealing with stuff, and I looked at meaning and purpose for myself. And I was dealing with shit in my own head. And I'm like, if I'm going to have to deal with this crap, I'm already talking to friends here about all this, trying to get through it. You know what? There's a lot of people who are trying to deal with stuff. Let's all come together. Let's make all this place, let's make YouTube a little, let's focus on the positive and how we can all become better rather than all the other crap that goes on. And so that's how I showed up here. It was more or less, I was like, I need some purpose in my life right now. I can't just be sitting at home in lockdown. I am getting fluffier. I'm getting fluffier and fluffier by the moment, okay? And it's not just my hair that's getting fluffier by the moment, it's the rest of me. And so look for that meaning, look for that purpose, whether it be within your own family, it be in YouTube, it be, okay, in your community. Okay, helping other people in your community. I loved it during COVID when I saw people helping out on the Nextdoor app saying, are there any people who need me to go out and pick up toilet paper because I hear it just showed up at Safeway? Okay, people finding meaning and purpose in their lives so they could get through the rough times. And next, find hobbies. Look for hobbies, look for interests. Because like I said, I did the last couple days when things got stressful, I pulled out a diamond painting. Okay, thank you. I know she's not in here right now. I don't think she's in here right now. Lyric was awesome. She taught me about diamond painting, and I have been diamond painting since. In fact, I've got a whole box in there of finished diamond paintings I got to figure out what to do with. I mean, I'm collecting finished diamond paintings. And, but that became something that really, truly helped me get through rough times, because again, it helped me refocus when things got rough. It helped me find something to do with my body. Okay, because sometimes you just get that antsy feeling in your body, and that's a way to help deal with that. It helped me get all the bull crap out of my head. Okay, yet it was something easy enough to do for me that I could watch TV at the same time. So look for hobbies you do. Okay, Rosalind has the most amazing knitting going on. Okay, the socks she is knitting are awesome. Okay, Gulf Coast Mama, if anyone's ever seen her nail fees, that girl has amazing nails. So, and Lufa is into video poker, and she's won $6 million, and she wishes that was real money right now. And but yes, video poker. I mean, finding different things that you can do. And guess what? Those things are also activating your mind. It's what I tell my mom a lot of times, is that when she gets on playing something, video poker, okay, solitaire, Minesweeper, all those things, for those of you who are getting a little advanced in age, like some of us are, and those are the things that kind of keep you moving, okay, and thinking, which is the best in the world. So yeah, find those hobbies that you can do. And as you get all of this stuff coming together and shit continues to hit the fan, you're building your resilience, okay? You're learning how to deal with all the crap because you have this new toolbox that you're developing. And guys, by the way, Discord, let me post that again for all of you who are new in here. This is my Discord. Please feel free to come by. I really would like to, and now that I'm back from vacation, I can focus on it better. And go in Discord, talk about how you are going to build your own tool package. How are you going to deal with hard times? What is your skills tool package that you're doing? toolbox, whatever you want to call it. Go into Discord and let's start putting together a list so we can all help each other. And then last, you know what? No matter what you do, things are going to have problems at times. You're going to have times where things just don't work out. You use every one of your skills there. Your toolbox is now empty. You got to stay motivated. No matter what you do, you really, honestly, that's the hardest part, because that's when you get stuck in that loop, because nothing's working and you're not sure what else you can do. But if you stay motivated, you're looking for other options out there. How can you stay motivated, though? Well, first of all, deal with one problem at a time. The worst way in the world to overwhelm yourself is to try to deal with the world's problems all at once, because you feel less and less able to do it every moment that goes by. So prioritize them. Do whatever you need to. I mean, if you can't prioritize them, write them all out on a piece of paper, cut them all up, put them in a cup, and pick out which one you're going to deal with first. Because you know what? It's like losing weight. We've been talking about being fluffy. Okay. I cannot lose 100 pounds at once, guys. I can't do it. But maybe I can lose 5 pounds at a time. So deal with your problems once at a time, which also goes into the next thing. Celebrate small wins. You're dealing with things on a smaller level rather than all at once. So celebrate as you win. Okay. Celebrate that 5 pounds. For those of you trying to build a YouTube channel, celebrate that extra 1 or 2 subscribers. Okay. For those of you who have friends that you're trying to help, okay, and they're feeling better, celebrate that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with celebrating wins. Okay, because you fought for those. You fought to get through a certain emotion or anxiety, or you fought to be able to come out of your little cubby and say hello to the world. Okay, it doesn't matter if all you said was hi. You said freaking hi. Celebrate it. Nothing wrong with that. Try to maintain a hopeful outlook. Okay, I mean, this one actually helps me more than anything. I try to look and feel positive at all times. I try to smile. When I smile, I feel better. I do. I don't know what it is, and I know it's scientifically proven, but I do. Just smile right now and you'll feel it. You actually will feel it. Okay, just there you go. I feel it already. Okay, I can feel myself go like, whoop, okay, I'm back. And also just maintain that hopeful outlook. Because again, what do people who are resilient do? They know they will find a solution sometime. It may not be right now, but the solution is coming. So keep that hopeful outlook. Express gratitude for your friends. Okay, say thank you to them. Express gratitude to God for what he's done for you. Express gratitude to your family. Okay, Gulf Coast Mama is expressing gratitude for the fact she gets to spend time with her, okay, teenager. And there is good in all these things. Express gratitude for it. Okay, I love how Amber Ann has that in her Discord right now. And Amber Ann, please feel free to share whatever you need to. And we're in there saying, what are 3 things we're happy for and grateful for that day? Do that every day. I sat there this morning like, oh my God, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? And you know what? I don't care if okay, we may be saying as crazy things as I had my cup of coffee, but you know what? I was very, very grateful for that cup of coffee. I was so grateful for that cup of coffee that I made myself iced coffee on top of it, which, yeah, tastes good. And also express gratitude for things. Be kind to yourself. Guys, we were talking about this earlier. It's so easy to get down on yourselves. We are our worst critics. I mean, we are down on ourselves night and day. Don't. Be kind to yourself. You are going through hell at times. You are dealing with one issue after another issue. Things are bombarding you on certain times of your life. And you know what? You're surviving them. It doesn't matter how you're surviving them. You're surviving them. Be kind to yourself and treat yourself well. Okay, go do something for yourself. And that rejuvenates you so you can deal with more hard shit as it comes. Just try that. So this whole thing on hard times, I expected when I started thinking about and preparing this, that this was going to be a lot of, meditate, exercise, all this. I kind of thought things were going to be like that. Cuddle your puppy, which I would do right now, but they're all sleeping over there. I expected to cuddle with them, but they don't want to come here, do they? No? Okay. And so puppy time later. And, I found out really quickly it was about a lot more than just those things. Self-care was only part of it. Journaling, things like that I didn't mention. I thought that's what coping skills was going to turn into. And I found out, you know what? That's just a part of it. And that's why I want to take this to Discord a little bit more so we could talk about those things on top of everything else. Because this is a whole lot more. It's changing your whole life and the way you approach things. And so what I want everyone to do right now, before I wrap up, okay, we've got 12 people in chat right now. What are you going to do this week that's new or something that's worked really well for you to handle shit as it comes your direction? Hey, DJH, Record Hound. Hey, thank you. I love it. And no need to comment ever, anyone in here. I just love that people are here. It's a community. You're here in spirit, and that's what matters. That's all that matters. So all of you in chat right now, what are you going to try to do this week? How are you going to do if something starts hitting the roof? If your kids come in screaming and yelling, okay, if you start getting inundated by emails, if your boss starts on your case about not coming to work on time or that you're not finishing things by a deadline or something like that, what are you going to try to do this week to deal with that? I know myself, I'm actually going to try Amber's idea. I'm going to try the counting thing. Sounds ridiculous, but I'm thinking I've caught myself getting angry at times. And I never used to get angry like that before. And it's something I got to deal with. So I'm going to start doing the counting thing. And Lufa's going to call Oka. Hey, girl, I always love a call from you, and you know it. And so I love you. I love you. And Jet's mom, I'm going to focus on being present and health. Yes. Just being there, being focused on yourself, being focused on your health. Justice, go window shopping, oh my God, I love that idea. I could go to Ala Moana. Oh yes, Ala Moana's our mall, by the way. And just go window shopping and create an idea. I'm going further on it. I'm like, okay, I can take pictures of things that I want and create a little board of, okay, sorry. And Sandra Martinez, I love the idea of journaling. That's something I've always wanted to do. And as those of you in Discord know, I'm very good at starting something and never finishing it. And, but I think journaling is probably one of the best things you could do. Grounding, Armel, going to do some grounding. Yes. Grounding. I actually use crystals for some of my grounding. I find tourmaline, black tourmaline, very helpful, obsidian for me. But just sitting there, putting my feet in the dirt, it really helps. Or sitting on the edge of my bed, cuddling with my dog and just being makes a difference. Mandy, I'm going to wake up and smile because life's too short. Yes. Smile, all of you guys. Walk up to someone this week and smile. If they're having a rough time, just smile at them. Jet's mom, go to the dollar store with a Jefferson and do some retail. Yes, I like, yes. Oh, I like that. Hey, guys, you all are awesome. I mean, you guys are the reason why when my mom asks me, is this truly what you want to be doing right now? I tell her, oh, hell yes. It's you guys. Rose, look at that. I'm going thrift shopping, entertainment, and me time. Yes. And you guys take those skills. What new skills are you going to try this week? Take those skills. Okay, start expanding on them. Create your toolkit. See how they work. Let us know how it works. Come into Discord and let us know how it works. And go have, Sandra, that movie night with your family. That's the best thing. Family is key to it all. And also have that time. I love all you guys. I mean, this is really, yeah, this is awesome. Being with all you guys is awesome. So thank y'all. Okay, please join Discord. I am going to, oh, thank you, Armel. Thank you so much. And please join Discord so you can be there with us throughout the week. And it's a safe place. It's going to be a place. Oh, Black Widow. I'm supposed to, sorry. Okay, yeah, I get excited. I'm a nerd. Yeah, I'm a nerd. She mentioned Black Widow, and I go off the deep end. Yeah, but sorry. No, yeah, it really. The Discord was something. I just wanted a safe place where people could actually just be. We can have our fun little meme and gift fights and stuff like that. We can talk and share animal pictures. I've recently been trying to put a community oracle card every day for us so we can kind of have something to focus on each day. That's where I'm saying I'm not doing the best on and I need to get better at. Sorry, guys. And then there's folders in there just if you want to work on issues, but it's a safe place and plain and simple. So I really look forward to seeing you guys next week. If you have ideas that you would like to see talked about, please put them down there. I would love to hear what you guys would like information on. Because this channel, yes, a lot of it comes out of what I need for myself. But I find a lot of times what I need for myself, you guys need for yourself. So please, please go ahead and write down there what you would like to talk about in the future. Do it in Discord, wherever. Just please help me out with some ideas. If you aren't subbed, please sub. Okay, give that little thumbs up. And I really am looking forward to hanging out with a lot of you guys in chats this week. Chats and Discord are so much fun to hang out with people. So I look forward to seeing all you guys there. And next week, if we do a cantina, like I mentioned earlier, we will let everyone know. I do have rehearsal tonight. My show actually goes up next week. We open up next week. Friday is opening night. Thursday is preview. So I'm kind of getting into Hell Week. So, but after that, cantina will be back on full force once I'm done with all that. So look forward to seeing all you guys next week. I'll see you this week. In chats, in Discord, in each other's dreams, wherever. And also, love you all. Please take care of yourself. Okay, you're worth it. And I will see you around. Goodbye, aloha, and love y'all.